Hey, what's up guys? Landscape photography gear is like really expensive. I know you all know this, even buying cameras, lenses, accessories, but in this video, we're talking the best camera accessories that you can get for cheap that saved me about $1,000 in total coming up. Hey, what's up guys, and welcome into the channel where I talk landscape photography and help you improve your landscape photography through in-field post-processing tutorials and also gear reviews. So if you're into landscape photography at all, consider subscribing to this channel. Now, in this video specifically, we're talking about the gear, the cheap gear, but also great gear that you can invest in that's gonna save you a lot of money. This stuff saved me about $1,000 total in photography gear, but it's also essential camera equipment that I use almost every single time I go out to shoot. It's gonna make your shooting easier. It's gonna make your shooting better. It's gonna help you take better photos. So let's jump right into this. First of all, I love shooting waterfalls. It's like the favorite thing that I do when I go out and shoot, especially in Great Smoky Mountains National Park. And I always take with me a circular polarizer. And filters and polarizers like this pack from Haida or like a Leaf filters pack can be really bulky and really expensive, and you don't always need to carry around that much bulk and expense. So what I've been using is a TIFFEN circular polarizer. Now this is about like 25 bucks on Amazon, and all the stuff that we're gonna be talking about, I'm gonna be linking below in the video description for you guys to check out on your own time whenever you get done watching this video. So with this circular polarizer, what you worry about, especially being like 25 bucks, is you worry about it changing the color cast of your photos. Haven't seen that in all. I've been using this for about 5 years. Look, this thing has a 10-year warranty, so I know it's good for another 5 years if I want to keep using it. It's a really solid circular polarizer filter. Just be sure that when you're getting it, you fit it to your lens thread. So mine's 67 millimeters. There's also an indicator on my lens that says 67. You just screw this on the front, and what it does is it removes or adds glare to the surface of water or leaves to enhance your photos. Whether you want to remove that glare or add it on, this is what you want to use. This is my favorite filter to use in landscape photography, under 30 bucks. Next up, what makes shooting easier is an L bracket. And you don't have to get like a really expensive L bracket, like three-legged thing L bracket. This is a cheap off-brand one I found on Amazon. It's like 11 to 12 bucks. So it's not like you need to spend a ton of money on these to get them. And what makes them really easy to use is you just screw this onto the bottom of your camera. And what you can do, instead of like fidgeting with your tripod ball head and like constantly you gotta get it over and then maneuver a pano from side to side, and then you gotta get the whole shot level. It's so much easier with an L bracket because all you have to do is unscrew your plate, switch it over to this side and connect it, and boom, you have a vertical shot. If you want to go back landscape, boom, you connect it this way, you go back landscape. Super fast and easy way to switch between landscape and vertical shots. So next up, we have a company that I really love, Peak Design anchor clips. These things you can get like a 4-pack for about 20 bucks. And what I love about these is it just attaches anything really, really quick. You can do like your camera strap if you want to do that. You can do accessories that you want to clip in. I use them for like sunglasses in my bag a lot if I want to take off and on my sunglasses all the time. You just connect each one of these and it just snaps in place. Boom. It's so easy. I want to do it just over and over. You just undo it, redo it, undo it, redo it, undo it, redo it, undo it, redo it, undo it, redo it. It's so fast, and it gets your gear on and off really quickly. And like I said, 4-pack is pretty cheap, like 24 bucks. It's a really fast and easy way to change out your gear or accessories that you use when you're shooting over and over. Like, if I was bored, I would probably just have this in my hand and do it over and over. You know, when you're out shooting and like your equipment gets really dirty or you get water on the end of your lens, like landscape photography, you do so much out in the field that you get sand on your lens, you get water on the end of your lens. This is perfect for that. This is like a little rocket air blower, and all you do is hold it right up to the end of your lens. Say this is like the lens you're using, and you just blow it to get that sand and water off. Even if you're doing like a long exposure really close to a waterfall, you can just hold this right up to the edge of your camera lens as that mist hits your camera and just constantly blow it off so that it doesn't show up on your lens. I also like to use this for cleaning my sensor. Just like take that lens off, couple blows into the sensor at an angle, and it just gets all that dust right off the sensor if you have any dust spots on there. This is like so essential to landscape photography because we're in so many disastrous situations when it comes to weather, that this is so essential to your bag that I've used it so much. It's probably the most used thing in my camera bag besides my camera and my wide angle lens, my telephoto lens. So get one of these. Also, like, not only do I get my camera gear really dirty, I also have a tendency to lose my lens caps. And if you buy lens caps from like Canon, Nikon, Sony, Fuji, they tend to be a little expensive for just a little ring of plastic. So I went with these. This is a 2-pack silicone lens cover. And also, again, I have all this stuff linked below. A 2-pack of these that costs $9. Now, if you go like the route of other silicone lens covers, like from the company Covered, you can get one for about $30. So if you're getting two, that's $60. These are $9. 2 covered lens covers is $60. I'm gonna go with these because all it is just a silicone lens cover. And what you do is you just expand it and connect it right over the end of your lens. Boom, you're good to go. What I like about them is they're really easy to take on and off, flip in and out, stretch out. They always come back to the same shape. I really have enjoyed using these over and over as I continue to lose my lens caps, and instead of just having my lenses exposed to scratches and things, just easily slide this over top of your lens and you're good to go. Next up, let's look at bags. So like, as you can see, this is a Mountain Smith lumbar pack. And the reason I love lumbar packs is like, if you're going out scouting or looking for a location, you can easily strap on a lumbar pack. And what a lumbar pack is basically like a glorified fanny pack. And who doesn't want to wear a fanny pack in the field looking real cool? Like, so basically you just strap this thing around your waist, and what you can do is pack in anything into it. And also what I love about this is that if you have a gigantic camera bag, you can easily unzip this, throw your lumbar pack in the top, close it, zip it back up, and you're good to go for a day. If you want to switch out your bags, I love bags and bags and bags and bags. I'm obsessed with camera bags. So I can undo this, take the lumbar pack out if like my carry-on is too big for a flight, and just have my lumbar pack out and put the rest like overhead, put this under my seat. It really simplifies everything. So you can see this is a Mountain Smith. Mountain Smith's a little bit expensive. I found this one for $30 on a flash sale. You can also find several lumbar packs that are under $30. And it just makes it really easy if you're going out to scout. You can put your camera down in here. And that leads me to the next piece of gear, which are these padded internal gear units, or ICUs that they have. And basically what I use these for are just their little padded compartments you can get, and they have different sections that you can put in here and divide up. I'm using this one for my drone right now, so just throw the drone down in here, put the controller in here in a separate compartment, cinch this up, and then put it in the lumbar pack. I can also put like a wide angle lens or a camera with a telephoto attached to it, easily put this in a lumbar compartment, and even switch out these ICUs into other sections of my bags if I want to. If you're getting one of the more expensive ICUs like this bad boy from f-stop, this is gonna cost you about $120. Something like this is gonna cost you about $12. So you do the math, this is huge savings. These are very nice, but you can also use these if you're in a pinch and a budget, you just want an extra ICU. Don't spend $100, $120, spend about $12 to get this one back in. Now the last thing on this list is something that's coming in the mail today. It's something that I actually lost for some reason or somehow, I'm not really sure how. but it's coming in the mail today, so let's go grab it out of the mailbox. This is a cable release, and what this does basically is it plugs into your camera and it acts as your camera's shutter. So when this is plugged in, it basically overrides your shutter, and this becomes the shutter button on your camera. So as you try to photograph something and this is plugged in, you just hold this down halfway to focus like you would the shutter on your camera, but then you hold it down completely to take a photo. Now, why is this important? Now, you could shoot like family photos or whatever you want to do on vacation or something like that. But this is also extremely helpful if you want to do something like star trails, or if you want to do a really long exposure, because this has a lock. So when you implement this and you hold this down, you can drag this up into the hold position. And what that does is, if your camera is on bulb setting, or if you're doing something like continuous shooting and you have this on hold, your camera will automatically start the next photo once that photo is done. So if you have a 30-second shutter speed, after the 30 seconds is up, this is automatically going to start a new photo if it's locked down. That's going to help you with any time lapse or star trail photos that you're doing. Or if you're doing like a really long exposure, like a 5-minute exposure, if you select this and drag it up and lock it into the hold position, then this is going to count up and give you a timer on your camera and tell you how long this is actually taking a photo. This guy was $11.50. A high-end intervalometer is going to cost you anywhere around $60. I'm gonna keep buying $11.50 guys, because these last me about 2 years, and every 2 years I need to spend $11.50. And there you go. You're in business when you have one of these, if you're doing time lapses or long exposure photography. So to finish out this video, let's reverse this and go back in time to when we were filming earlier. So what I did was I did the math. I went back in, saw how much I spent on all of this stuff that I have, and it was about $120. Now, if I'd spent the price on brand name gear or more expensive gear like f-stop ICUs or covered lens covers or a leaf filter circular polarizer, it would have been about $1,000 more. Now, this saved me a ton of cash. I still use all of this gear. I bought all of this like a long time ago. It's lasted years. So it's not like the cheap gear is gonna like go out on you and not work all the time. This gear works, it's cheap, it's good quality, saves you a ton of cash to invest in trips if you want to upgrade glass, or if you just want to practice or get other stuff for landscape photography. That's what that cash is used for.